recorded live.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Myth or Logic Radio. My name is Tom Marasso with BornToManifest.com, and I am so excited. Tonight, I've got a good friend, Gregg Preston, who is joining us. Prescott, I'm sorry,
yep.
Greg. Joining us tonight to talk about 2012. A lot of people are a little antsy about it, and so we're going to get to the bottom of that. Greg has got a BA in psychology and a master's degree in human services. He's a spiritualist, single proud parent of a 14-year-old daughter, Brittany. He's the website owner and facilitator of www.maya12-21-2012.com. And he firmly believes that 2012 is not the I can't even pronounce that, Greg.
The apocalypse.
Apocalyptic event. Yeah. Apocalyptic event that everybody says that may be coming down the pike, and that's the main reason for creating his website, to show the positive side of 2012. Great background in the law of attraction, kind of got his jump into all of this from The Secret movie back in October of 2007. I don't know. His bio just goes on, and I tell you, we were talking a little bit before the show, and we got so much to talk about, we're just going to jump right in.
All right.
And as you believe, I also believe that now is the greatest time to be alive, and we'll never have an opportunity like this again.
I'm totally with you, Tom. And first of all, thanks for having me on your show. I've been looking so forward to being on here. And you have a great show, and I look forward to all of your future shows as well.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, between war and the banking collapse and the economy in general, you know, the government is trying every trick they have in keeping us in fear right now. You know, you can look at the Montauk project that they had years ago where they tried to go forward past 2012, and they couldn't do it. They're living in fear. They know that they can't win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the RF media. It was a CIA program, mind control program, in which they tried to eliminate psychic abilities on people through this program. And they know that people, as we're entering 2012, and the days entering it right now, they're gaining these new abilities or newly founded abilities that they once had when they were kids. And they're doing their darndest to try to keep people from obtaining these kind of abilities. You know, and there's a reason why all TVs are using HD TV right now, I believe, too. You know, if you think about it. Well, you know, well, I have a feeling that you have a suspicion about it, too. But,
well, I just found it interesting that, you know, in February there's not going to be any antennas anymore, folks.
Right.
Get your converter or, you know, what do you think's going on there?
Well, it seems
or you don't know.
Well, this is just a hunch, and I have a feeling that a lot of people are following this hunch as well, but it seems like they're trying to send out certain mind-controlling frequencies through HD TV, and that was really one of the things that they were working on with the RF media program. Which was also called, I believe, Buzzsaw or something along that line. But they were working with different frequencies like the ULF and the VHF frequencies and trying to modify behavior. You know, so we have all these fear-related obstacles in front of us, you know, with, you know, the war and the banking and everything going on right now. And the world is going to hell in a handbasket, yet many people are smiling and loving life. How many of your callers and listeners and guests that you have on here think right now is the greatest time to be alive?
Well, I certainly do, and you know, I'm kind of suspicious about all of the things you talk about, but I think deep down in my heart that you know, it's really up to us if we're going to give our power away or stay empowered. And know that, you know, we really are immune to it unless we buy into it.
Exactly, and these people that are asleep are looking at us as if we're crazy because we're smiling at everything that's going on nowadays. It's really quite ironic. You know, we're in a period of time where we're currently transcending time and money, as evidenced by the stock market crash, the housing foreclosure disaster, and banks are closing left and right, and they're being bought by the Federal Reserve. The writing's on the wall right now. Some things we can't actually quantify, yet we know that they exist, like The Secret. It's really hard to quantify that the universe is working for us. Almost everyone who's awoken right now is, they feel as though time is flying by much quicker than ever before. And I'm not sure if it's really due to the collapsing of time or what Danny and Brinkley said about along the lines of how he believes that our consciousness is speeding up. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that Changing Face of Time video. Danny and Brinkley.
I'm not, but I am familiar with what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I had a guest on not too long ago, and we talked about what's going on with time. And, I kind of come from the school that it's just an illusion anyway. It's something, a construct that we just kind of use as a tool to measure a duration. We need a starting and a stopping point. Or,
mm-hmm.
It's kind of like from point A to point B. But anyway, they had said that they could feel it because it seemed like there wasn't enough time to do everything
mm-hmm.
during the day.
Yet it seems that everything always seems to get done for some ironic reason.
Yeah.
There's that pressure of feeling like there's not enough time, but everything always seems to get done, and then some.
Yeah.
It's really ironic, the way that people perceive it. When we meditate, we get lost in that sense of timelessness. Just like when you're sleeping, you don't ever dream about looking at your watch or what day of the week it is when you're dreaming. That's more like reality than reality actually is, because we've escaped the whole paradigm of time in our dreams and through meditation. So we have all this stuff going on around us, yet, we were just mentioning how we're happier than we've ever been. And once we release the fear in our lives, we can actually appreciate everything that's going on right now, including the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the way I see it, this is an opportunity of 1,000 lifetimes right now. We all chose to incarnate at this time, knowing that we would make a difference in this world.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, fear versus love, I talk a lot about that, in the teachings that I do. And, everything boils down to either love or fear. But you got a really cool thing about how fear can be used in a positive way. Can you kind of zero in on that for me?
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. We have the two basic emotions of love and fear. And in this world of duality, we can use both emotions to bring forward positive results. The 9/11 Truth Movement is an awesome example. I love those people. God bless them. 9/11 was all about fear-mongering tactics, as we all know, and it still is. But the 9/11 truthers keep fighting for justice. And their fight is awakening people to the evils of politics. And for a lot of people, this is the first step in their spiritual journey, just seeking the truth. And from that point forward, they'll learn about the real truth behind the government, religion, the media, so on and so forth. And eventually, they'll look at themselves for all the answers. They'll turn inward. And I've actually used fear in one of my videos called "Are You Ready to Go Home to 5D Earth?" And it pretty much lays it on the line about how people of negative vibrations will not make the transition to 5D Earth. Fear and negativity cannot coexist on 5D Earth, period.
Right. Yeah, the vibes are totally different.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. It's funny. I used to go to conspiracy theory websites to try to plant the seed of enlightenment to those who need it the most. And those seem to be the ones that are living in constant fear. So I made that video especially for them. And I figured, in this world of duality, we need to use every tool available to awaken those who are still asleep. So fear is just something that people on a conspiracy theory website know a lot about. And I've actually gotten into some banter with fellow light workers who disagree about using fear to awaken people.
Yeah. Well,